Hello, knowledge seekers. A warm welcome to you all. Welcome back to the second part of the discussion over our topic metabolism of carbohydrates. So, let me give you a brief or a quick revision from yesterday's videos. So, the topics we have covered yesterday are like basics of carbohydrates. Like what are carbohydrates? Why are they essential to us? So, basically, the carbohydrates are polyhydroxy ketones or polyhydroxy aldehydes or compounds which usually generate or liberate these organic molecules when met with hydrolysis. So why do carbohydrates are important for us? Because they are the major source of energy, and also they constitute the major part of macronutrients present in our food we consume. Okay, so how these carbohydrates are digested? Digestion of carbohydrates starts from the mouth itself because mouth saliva contains an enzyme called amylase, also called as styling, and as food gets down through the alimentary canal in the small intestine, we also have a pancreatic amylase enzyme which majorly breaks down complex carbohydrates into simple dextrin molecules. So the brush border enzyme alpha dextrinase removes one glucose molecule at a time from these dextrin molecules, and that is how carbohydrates are eventually converted to glucose, which is a form readily absorbed into our body. So that's why they call glucose gives you instant energy, because it gets readily absorbed without any further digestion. So, and in today's topics, we'll be discussing about salient features of glycolysis. So, before that, let me cover a few more points about glycolysis. So, basically, glycolysis, the word glycolysis is derived from two Greek words, which means glykos uh, and lysis. So, the meaning of glycose is sweet or sugar, and the meaning of lysis is breakdown or dissolution. So simple, it means that dissolution of glucose is, is called glycolysis. So let us understand the salient features of glycolysis. What is the importance of glycolysis in the entire human body or any living organism? So briefly put, we can talk I can talk about the five salient features why glycolysis is very much important. Okay. So this is one process which occurs in all living organisms, and for generation of energy, especially for generation of energy. So the second salient feature of glycolysis is, so this is the major pathway that occurs uh, either in the presence of oxygen called as aerobic glycolysis, and in the absence of oxygen called anaerobic glycolysis. So and the third salient feature is, so glycolysis must occur in brain because brain can't wait till the glucose is converted to till the point where glucose is converted to carbon dioxide and water, because carbon dioxide and water gets accumulated in brain that leads to a lot of disadvantage for us. So glycolysis is the first step that brain relies on for generation of its energy. So this occurs Glycolysis is very important process in cells where there is no mitochondria. So why mitochondria is important? So mitochondria is very much important for aerobic process of respiration. That means a major part of Krebs cycle occurs in mitochondria. So cells which do not contain mitochondria, for such cells, glycolysis is very important process that is needed to occur for generation of efficiencies of ATP. So as I discussed, ATP is nothing but the cellular currency of energy. So this ATP synthesis occurs through glycolysis in cells where there is no mitochondria. Let me give you some examples of such cells where mitochondria is not present. So one is erythrocytes. In red blood cells, we do not find mitochondria. So, and in the cells of cornea and in the cells of lens, so we do not find mitochondria. So the major pathway which occurs in these cells for generation of ATP or for synthesis of ATP is glycolysis. So the other salient feature of glycolysis is, see, it is a central metabolic pathway which glycolysis is a central metabolic pathway which occurs in every living cell, so which can give rise to various branches for other pathways. I mean, to put it simple, I'll give you an example. Glycolysis occurs in different steps, and each intermediary compound can be an initiator or can give it can act as a point of branch point for other major pathways. So hence glycolysis also plays a major role in generation of or in synthesis of amino acids and proteins. Amino acids which eventually give rise to proteins, and in lipids which eventually give rise to fats in our body. So that that much important is glycolysis for a living cell. So the other and the last salient, I mean it's not last, but another major salient feature is that see glycolysis occurs as a series of reactions. So if we go back in each step of these reactions, so by replacing certain compounds in the place of irreversible reactions, so we can or irreversible reactions, we can eventually produce glucose. So this process is called gluconeogenesis. Here the glucose is uh, being generated from different compounds. So if we can trace back each and every reaction that occurs in glycolysis, so by changing certain compounds occurring at forming at irreversible reactions place, so we eventually get glucose there. So these are the salient features of glycolysis. So let us now discuss few. Let us now look at look how what are the reactions that are involved in glycolysis. So basically, if you see, majorly glycolysis constitutes of 10 reactions, where phosphorylation occurs, isomerization occurs, oxidation occurs, cleavage occurs, dephosphorylation occurs. So these are you can find various kinds of reactions that occur in glycolysis. So so let us look more deep. If you look more deeper into the process, into the reactions of glycolysis, so these all 10 reactions can be grouped into three. Can be divided into three steps. Step one, step two, step three. The step one is energy investment phase or priming stage. So this stage contains in this stage we see three reactions occurs. So why do we call this energy investment phase or priming stage? Because see, initially for these three reactions to occur, of these three reactions, two reactions occur by consuming ATP, the cellular currency. So by consuming as two molecules of ATP is getting used here, so we call it as energy investment or priming stage. It consists so three reactions occur here. So in the second stage is splitting phase. So why do we call this splitting phase? See, glucose is a six carbon compound. As glycolysis occurs, all the intermediates that are being derived after each and every reaction in the first stage, which is energy investment stage or priming stage, all the compounds are six carbon compounds only. For the first time in this splitting stage, that is at the reaction number 4. So this six carbon glucose intermediate is uh, is cleaved into two molecules of three carbon compound. So that's why it is called a splitting phase. So in this reaction, in this stage we observe two reactions occurs. So one is a cleavage reaction, another is an isomerization reaction. So next, the third and final stage is energy generation or energy synthesis stage. So in this reaction, so we observe new ATPs are generated as the three carbon compounds or two molecules of three carbon compounds which are produced in the previous phase, which is splitting phase. So they eventually convert into pyruvate or lactate, liberating ATP. So what the total ATP or the net ATP is calculated by removing the two ATP which are being used in the first energy investment phase itself, um, from the total uh, ATP that are generated in the third phase, which is energy generation phase. So in this phase we observe five reactions occurs. So eventually the glucose which began in the beginning is eventually converted to pyruvate if oxygen is present, or lactate in the or if oxygen is not present, or you can call it as in the absence of oxygen. So this is how the all the reactions of glycolysis occurs. So we'll be looking at each and every reaction and the enzyme involved in that reaction and what that reaction is called, and what various factors that inhibit or regulate these reactions in the next part of in the next part of the video. I mean the next part of the videos, so, discussions. Once again, thank you for watching these videos. Please do not forget to subscribe for this channel, Fuzzy Scientist, to get all the updates. Thank you again. See you all.